Come on, man. I'm on top of the world over here.
You are, yes, you are, as always, yeah.
Sir, how you looking?
Do you want
Looking
me to
strong? What you up to?
do you want me to get up and tell you are the greatest?
Are you strong right now? I see them your pictures.
No, it was old picture from 2018.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
I thought you got juiced up. I thought you got all juiced up and got on the stem cells.
small.
The left looks weak.
Yeah, left. I didn't compete since 2019 at all. So, how are you, Travis?
I'm good. Excited about next weekend. Holy shit.
Yeah, great event. Yeah, I think it's the
What
best
if
card.
Cataract does the impossible?
Okay, what? Okay, let's not start.
Oh my god.
What's happening? What's wrong with
This
you?
is like Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson. I talked about this yesterday on Artem's on the podcast.
Okay.
What an opportunity that Jerry Cataract has for the United States of America and for
Okay. Well,
himself.
what is the possibility?
10%. 10%.
But 10% is still 10%.
10%'s great. I mean, come on. And especially when you talk about the prize. And so that 90% is something that Jerry has never had in his whole life, ever. And the 10%, or I'm sorry, like if he loses, it's just okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world. He still can argue that he's the best arm wrestler in the United States. No problem. Nothing changes. But if he wins,
Yeah.
come on,
But
man.
you know that like if somehow he can get here, then you see that 10% will probably go above 50%.
It's crazy. And the fact that it's the same person, like, can Levan keep his posture? Can Levan pull him incorrectly, but still be so strong? It doesn't matter. Like, all of
Okay.
that, because that's what we
Okay.
need. What we don't need is for Levan to be seasoned, intelligent, and arm wrestle a little bit different. Really control that middle of the table with his posture and his shoulders, and not do what we've seen Levan do, which is get ready and then leave his two shoulders, leaves his hand slightly behind till about right here, and then it goes down. It's awesome. But if he lets Jerry stick that shoulder right in there because he doesn't know any other way, he wasn't backed into a corner where he
Okay.
absolutely had to
The
use his
question
hand.
is if Jerry, just say that Jerry like couldn't do this, but just here. Here is Jerry still effective in a losing position, or he needs to have that pronation and then. Do you understand what I mean?
I do. And once again, I think that, I mean, it's hard. You've seen Jerry cause people to have their elbow run off the back when trying to pin him, but this ain't his spot. It is. This is it. It's got to be even to here, but even will be fine as long as he has to force Levan to put some pressure on his elbow to keep it from coming off the back. You can do that with your posture, meaning you can get that elbow super inside your body, and when you hit it, still can have something brace it. But that's not Levan traditionally. He's pretty even here and ends up here a lot of the times. I mean,
Okay. The question, when you say that Levan has 90% and Jerry has 10%, like is it if Levan pulls in the correct way, or in any case?
because Levan may pull wrong or normal, That's the only reason the 10% even exists.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I mean, listen,
if
if
Levan did,
if this was life or death, and
mm-hmm.
LeVon had to listen to a human being that would tell him to stay away from the pin pad, only focus on your upper body, your posture, and your abnormal strength level. In even if they get in an even hook, LeVon will beat him. I believe that wholeheartedly.
So
The
you are
problem
saying
is,
if Levan pulls in the right way, he's for sure winning. If he makes mistake in a wrong way pulling, then Jerry has that 10%.
I wouldn't
So
even
you,
say make a mistake. If he just doesn't understand that it is vital that if you cannot pin him with your hand, even with your shoulder, because it's really awkward. If you apply a bunch of side pressure, your elbow will come flying off the back. And if you
mm-hmm.
plant that elbow and you have to put some pressure on it, you do. Most of us, most human beings don't have the side pressure to then pin him right away. LeVon may, I use the reference that, in my opinion, Vitali didn't necessarily pull um, uh, Camille correctly.
Mm-hmm.
He was just okay
But
pulling
listen,
him.
listen. It is not because he didn't pull correctly. Maybe that is what he could do only. Like sometimes when you do something for like 15 years and then you just want to adjust, do something different, you may mess up everything. You understand? Like
100%.
Alex Kurdecha versus Jerry. Like I saw Alex was trying to do something different than usual, but the adaptation. For like the time for adaptation wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So
Now, don't get me wrong. Let's have Camille come out successfully. Maybe not only that time, but two more times. Now, Vitali's he's in the corner and he is being told, and he knows that he can't do it his way and that he needs to make some changes. I have been in that exact position with Jerry Cataret, where pulling the way that I pull everybody else was not enough. I couldn't beat him. I couldn't pin him without there being a problem. I couldn't do it for the most part. I would have sporadic wins, but never was I stronger until I 100% literally put my back against a bar so that I did not go backwards at all. All of my arm wrestling and side pressure was with me having my posture and my
mm-hmm,
back straight and not
mm-hmm.
leaning back. Because once you lean back, he comes forward.
Yeah,
You go to pin, he
yeah.
puts his shoulder between your hand and shoulder. And unless you are awesome, you can't beat him in that position.
I can't believe that whenever you pulled Jerry last time, you like you were so sure about what you needed to do, and you
Yeah.
just like it is something that we haven't seen you doing. I don't remember. I have seen you trying to do some drag hook like this against Matt Garner. You know, some guys you did that. I have seen you do straight side pressure, top roll, and everything. But this, like, as far as I remember, you pull him forward, right? Straight forward.
No doubt. And here's what you really happens too. You just don't move back. If you
Mm,
don't move backwards and he comes forward, he pins himself just about.
mm,
It's a beautiful thing. And listen, I told myself to do that 2 years before that and didn't have the strength or the confidence to do those. So I believe that if you back Levon into a corner and he has no choice but to change his technique, that would be very good for him in this match. I
mm.
also think that he doesn't necessarily have to, that there's an opportunity here that he can just be overwhelmingly strong and doesn't need to change anything.
Okay, yeah, that's another possibility. He's a huge human being, you know, different guy. But did you watch the match between Jerry and Gennady when Jerry beat Gennady?
Yes.
in one of the rounds, like Gennady tried something forward, and then Jerry just pressed him to the table surface, just like.
Yeah, it's very delicate matter, man, as to you need to acknowledge that Jerry is going to give you his hand as long as you give him the back pressure. When you just this light bulb comes on and be like, oh, I'm just gonna pull him in a hook. Well, just know that he is still trying to that move. If you are dumb enough to grab him underneath of that thumb pad, the he's pretty awesome right there. He's, I mean,
So you need a little bit like side.
the
So
connection. I tell people all the time, you need to take his hand without using any back pressure, and the way to do that is to position your hand in a way to where he naturally feels. You feel the movement of him coming underneath, right? You know it's going to happen, and instead of letting it bend your wrist, you fight back with your thumb pad and you keep it in the middle. And when they say go, your right shoulder cannot move backwards. Cannot do it. Now,
okay, did you analyze the Hermes versus Jerry match?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, your question is, how much did it have to do with Jerry being ill, and how much did it have to do with Hermes doing the right thing?
I think it has a lot to do with Hermes doing the right thing. And what Hermes did was just an unbelievable conscious situation as to keeping it super tight. He didn't do it exactly the way I did it.
Yeah. He hold low and then he did the wrist curl and control his pronator.
He was awesome. It was awesome. But I'll tell you this, and I could be wrong, but I think Jerry lost that match mentally a month before the match got there.
When he got ill?
Maybe 3 months before it, he started telling himself, man, I need to get rolling. I need to make a sacrifice that is above, because of my age, I need to be working what seems to be harder than I ever worked in my life. And I think that Jerry has moments where I wouldn't want to say lazy because my man's working. You know what I mean? He's got a real job. He's a general manager for a legitimate, real company that is responsible for the bottom line. He has to generate millions of dollars monthly in order to keep his $500,000 a year job, right? So he is busy. However, there have been times where he has worked really, really hard. I do not think going into that match, his mind was 100% the best it could be. Now, here's the bigger question. Did Alex mess up, or was Jerry the greatest version of himself?
No, Jerry had some elbow problem 3 weeks before the event. He had to have a cortisone shot for his elbow, and Jerry said that for this event, now upcoming event, he is between 5 to 10% stronger than Alex Kudelchamash. This is what he said.
Right. So once again, it was Alex a bum right there, or was Alex, in my mind, in the top 5 with as bright as a future as anybody in the sport?
My friend, like, listen, if we are going totally outside, like, I think Alex has like very good hand control, but like, I'm not sure about his pressure power to the pin pad. So when you are mainly a like guy who's pronating, and like, even we said that like you give 10% to Jerry because just in case if Levan pulls in a
just
wrong
in case
way.
his regular
Yeah. So what I'm just saying, I don't think that the arm, like, horsepower of Alex is as good as Levan's to have that. He tried out. I think he tried to even go inside, like close with shoulder and everything. And I think that's what I'm saying. If we don't have any base, like inside or shoulder base, he has it with left arm. He proved against Morozov. You remember their left arm match. But with right arm, I don't remember Alex doing this kind of things. This kind. Like, I don't remember with right arm. He told me many times his left is better than his right. So if you try to top roll him, then it may be a different case. He's very tall, 203, and very good hand, wrist, everything. But when you are going to his arm, maybe you don't remember, but before the pandemic, he had this kind of problems against Krasimir, against Ongarbaev. Both guys beat him without the hand and wrist. So I was just thinking that, like, if he had those problems with Ongarbaev and Krasimir, these guys are at that time around 100 kilo guys. So I thought that Jerry would be even more problematic. But I was just thinking that maybe because of he was new back then, maybe he improved a lot. But yeah, he improved a lot. But obviously the style still bad for him. This is what I realized.
Yeah, I
But
mean, Jerry's form in that match, if you had Alex at a high level, if this dude was one of them dudes, which I kind of was tricked into thinking he was one of these dudes, like he
yeah,
had the
he is.
size.
Listen, style makes matches. I'm gonna tell you, this Lalatin guy, like, probably the biggest threat to Levan. But if I would put him against Jerry, I don't think he's heavily favored or something. You know what's my point? You understand me? Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yes,
like,
no doubt, no doubt.
do you think that it would be a match as easy as Laletin had against Morozov and Zarano if he pulls against Jerry? No,
Yeah, no
no.
doubt, no doubt.
No,
Yeah,
they are
no
like Dave Chaffee had some pins against him. First match, even in the last match, in the strap. So I can tell you, like, Laletin has very strong fingers, but when you try to go against his fingers, the fingers are getting even more effective. But when you are sliding here, you understand, it is hard to stop the guy to go to strap. So he doesn't have super shoulder pressure either. So I believe, and he has like his height, you know, like very tall forearm. So I'm just thinking that it is even disadvantage that I believe that if Jerry and Laletin pulls, I think there is a big possibility that Jerry will be able to go to strap. So once it is in strap, like, we don't know Laletin to be very good in like supinating and blocking. We know his fingers, and he is incredible pronating. But that's exactly what Jerry wants. You do
doubt.
this, and then he puts here. And Laletin's arm, I'm not sure is as good as his hand. Do you understand? Like, his arm, unless he gets stronger,
Well,
much stronger.
if it was, he'd be the champ already. Yeah, he'd already beat a guy.
Yeah, but right now he's beating everyone. Only lost against Hermes since the pandemic. Before that he lost against Levan. But another question: do you think that Laletin or Hermes has more potential if they give their 100%?
Laletin,
That's
Vitali.
what I'm
I'm
saying.
telling you.
Like their match was 1 year ago. What I'm
Yeah,
just saying, I'm not saying that he would beat Hermes now, but we cannot say that today Hermes would again beat him either. Like, I would be, I don't know. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. He would go in from my end as an underdog. Um, Vitali would be the favorite against Ermis because I feel like Vitali is slowly filling out that frame to this much better level when I think
Yeah,
Ermis has kind of maximized his
yeah,
frame.
yeah.
And that's just, but once again, when you take any time off, and other people are arm wrestling, it's quick. I'm quick to go with the guy who's competing because I
Okay,
understand once you,
I will answer that. There is one guy says that Vitali recently did 79 kilo back pressure. My friend, beating Jerry is not about back pressure. His pressure is strong enough to tire your brachyradialis, your back pressure. He's already giving you. You need back pressure to take somebody's wrist, but you need pressure to do pin pad. So if you are only doing back pressure, you take the risk. What are you gonna do? Lift the guy from the pad or something? It's very hard, especially if the guy is just pressing his elbow like this. So that is not like, back pressure is important, yes, but the guy is, if the guy can pull that way, I don't think that matters a lot. That matters a lot. If back pressure would mean a lot, Hermes would just go totally outside. He just held him low and went sideways. He felt like it was necessary to do it. He didn't believe that back pressure alone would be good, you know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no doubt.
so
He 100% put together a game plan
yes,
because he
yes,
was scared of pulling traditionally
yeah,
against
yeah,
that style.
yeah.
And Vitali will have to do it too, which interesting if you can
Listen,
somehow
listen,
keep it
listen. The
in.
problem, whenever I ask Hermes, can Alex do the same thing you did, Hermes? He said, no, Engin. Alex is very tall. It is very, whenever he holds Jerry low, you understand, his arm will be like this. Like, do you understand? Because he's
Of
so tall.
course. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's so tall. Like, he will be like parallel almost, you know, and put elbow. It is not good. And I don't think that Alex is like horsepower, pressure, you know, is as strong as Hermes's. Alex probably have very good hand, wrist, riser, but that pressure is different. You know, like if they would go hook to hook with Hermes, I believe Hermes would beat Alex. My opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whenever you said that, there is one super chat, and I will answer what
What
you
would be
just said.
great? What would be great for the brand for East versus West is that Jerry could beat Vitali, and that Vitali could beat freaking Levan, because
Yeah,
that's what man,
yeah,
any
yeah,
shakeup
yeah.
in the
Anything is possible.
opportunity to get the world championship, man. Any super heavyweight that gets that belt from now on.
We will talk. We will talk. There is one super chat. The catabolic T-Rex. There is a good chance that Levan goes for a flop press on his own, as he has shown that he can do it, and Jerry wouldn't have the strength to stop it. I don't know if he's gonna go with the flop, but he may go forward as Travis. And another thing, Travis, you just said that like you would just pick the guy like who has been active, but there are like a lot of things that like when Gennady and Jerry pull, Gennady already beat Michael and he beat Dave Chaffee. And then Jerry came out of nowhere after WL 2019 and just came and beat Gennady. Like Ongarbe, still from the top eight, he wasn't active. And then he just came, beat John, beat Irakli, beat Michael Todd, you know,
Yeah, and
like
those are all good. Those are good ways to defend Hermes from me. But I'm just telling you, Hermes's delay in competition due to injury has probably made me not be okay with him not being the number one contender, because he probably is the number one contender. He's probably the
I mean, he
second
deserved it. He for sure he deserved it because normally Devon deserved it, but Devon had his chance and he lost against Levan, and so we will see. But do you think that Hermes can beat Michael?
Yes,
Or
I think that's 50-50, boy,
oh,
for me.
50-50.
50-50,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
Yeah. Now
yeah.
I'm banking this on, Michael
Oh, okay. One
Todd
second,
being.
one second, one second. The like Travis Bagent objectively is talking, or U.S. Patriot, you know, Travis is
Travis
talking.
Bajan's objective has the American influence in it. So if you take the American out of it, it's probably 70-30. But because of the American bias,
Okay.
along with, I just think that Michael Todd he's on a mission. My man is
Mm-hmm.
he's on a religious mission.
Mm-hmm.
It's bigger
Mm-hmm.
than him, and he's big,
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just like listen. Every time that Michael's lost, he could have won. I mean, just tiny. And then you see the how. Just take a look at the face of the people who beat him.
I measure his wrist. It was like 10 inches, 25 centimeter. It was
Yeah,
like
and
I
the people who beat him over 4 rounds, if you look at their face, like these dudes they've accomplished a cardiovascular feat. And
yeah.
you can see the despair and how they did not know that they were going to win, and they're thankful. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Michael Todd until you got to get all the way up there to that legitimate 1-2. And listen, I'm not a fan of Michael Todd when he's the champ, but I'm a
Mm-hmm.
fan of Michael Todd tying the champ up. And
Oh, okay. So you listen. Once it comes to that point, then the Travis Bagent jealous one is weighing heavier. But
yes,
before that time,
100%.
you support him, but you say, Michael, nah, that's enough. You're making
Yeah,
me jealous.
we only want Michael to knock the champ off, but then get knocked off right away by someone else. But you got to know that you always got to pack your lunch against Michael Todd. You make a mistake. I mean, just being long-term injured from beating Michael Todd 4 times has got to
Mhm.
be in the back of all the great arm wrestlers' minds. I mean, the dude's a soldier, a warrior when it comes to that stuff. And I listen, if Jerry could just make this about cardio, because Jerry's tired too, but he's tired and he does
Once he
not
puts
stop.
the no, once he puts his shoulder, he is stubborn enough to pull there 5 minutes.
And listen, and Levan has erased a little bit of that doubt, right? It was full blown after the Hermes match. We all knew the recipe, right? Take this guy into some cardiovascular deep water. He'll have a lack of oxygen. He will give up. Like that was the 100%. If you were looking for some reason to take the match and you're trying to be a fan and you're trying to be objective about how could Levan lose, it was that his cardio was suspect. Then he comes back with Devon, has what should have put him in a cardiac arrest after round one, and he simply doesn't even break a sweat. He learns how to breathe. He sets over there. He's what, 30 pounds lighter, 20 pounds lighter than he was against Hermes, whatever that number is. He has now, when you say he's got a cardio problem, his people are like, nah, bro. He just went against the cardio king and he had a 10-second match with him, which is usually just enough that any guy who has any problems endurance wise would have been affected from round one. The truth is that he withstood that. He kept his composure and he kept that look on his face that he doesn't really have a problem anymore, or at least the problem with Ermis was an outlier. It was not the norm. What we're hoping is that it's longer than 10 seconds, but by golly, there is a second, 20-second mark, 30-second mark. What mark do we all think all of a sudden Jerry's the favorite from here on out?
Yeah, but
And
listen, it depends, Like Levan may try like this, and then he may have a match like this, and then next round you never know. He may just go like he may change something, and then you think that everything is over, but he may come back. But like I'm telling you, Levan,
do you know how, from a fan, not you, and I know you're a fan too. Well, yeah, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Those 11 seconds with Levan round one,
mhm.
if we can get that at any moment during this tournament with Jerry,
Mhm.
that is enough. Now, not enough to win, but enough for us as fans to be like,
Get
just the
excited. Okay.
crazy
Yeah.
feeling
Yeah.
that can
Yeah.
come over you if
Yeah.
you see it happening and that
I will tell
Jerry
you
is
something.
interested.
When Hermes and Levan pull, the rounds that Hermes was like this and then Levan was like this, like those were the times that like I question, is this real, like, and then you are just like you don't even breathe, everything stop, life stop, and then you just look, is this really happening? The same thing happened to me when Devon stopped Levan on round one. I was like, wow. Yeah, I was like, wow, a few times, like Matushenko and Alijan Muradov, round one, they couldn't go, they both couldn't go. Like I probably hold my breath, just like I just, big seriously, like that moment
And
because
Alajon gives you a split second of vulnerability. Am I wrong by, like, I see like, oh man, this, he didn't even take his hand with him. He somehow has gotten back, not all the way, but he doesn't even have to get all the way back to try another devastating hit. From what I'm looking at, he's affected, but I'm not looking at his opponent, who that jerk, even though he didn't take his hand with him, it must be devastating to his opponent. The shock of holding it, and then for him to be able to gather itself, and then it looks like it's desperation at
Do
times.
you realize that? Do you realize that he can hit many times in a match that looks like it's stopped and is not going anywhere, and he can hit like I don't know, like it was incredible. I think those hits eventually hurt Ivan Matushenko's elbow. This is
Yeah,
what I read.
yeah, it
Yeah,
must. And you can't, and I'm not focused on the opponent. I'm focused on Alajon's reaction to not, for it to be just not as easy, unorthodox, and then seeing and waiting for him to collapse. What I'm not looking at is the damage that is being done to the opponent, not only for this round, but then all of a sudden, the next time they say go from that same motion, it's just devastating, the same hit. So yeah, it's crazy how little moments like that are the moments that make me really jump up. And
yeah,
we
yeah.
need that. We just want that from Jerry. If we can get that from Jerry.
Alijan versus Ivan, just for me, my friend, it was incredible, like incredible.
Yeah, and then
Like,
you look at even Samushia, how like, I'm not surprised that Samushia got beat handily round one anymore.
mhm,
My
mhm.
thought is, here we go. Now, round two and round three. How will you? There's no way that guy can take that same lane and,
But
and beat him again.
maybe round two was also pin. It wasn't.
I mean, it was close. I mean, listen, no problem at all. But I tell you, it
But you are saying
affected.
that basically he couldn't win all 4 rounds, anyways. This is what
Yeah,
you are
you lose
thinking.
4-2 or you lose 4-1. But and also too, maybe too, because of how that affected him not getting that call, he kind of, because he's a pretty composed young man. And for him to be so mean, so angry over that round two, probably threw him off a little bit too. But I don't know. Listen, you got to
There,
be way bigger than Samushia to beat him, I think. Way
yeah,
bigger.
there is a super chat. Well, Mishref Engin, if Travis was in your weight category in your prime, would you beat him?
Yeah. I mean, that would be a lot smaller guy. Yeah. Yeah, he would beat me.
I beat him even when he was heavier, my friend.
Yeah, he did. Want to know. Want to know. Of
Yeah,
course, I've
yeah.
never seen the footage.
We need that footage. I would give $1,000 for that. Seriously, and I would just share that.
I'll give everyone 2,000 not to give it to him. 2,000.
3,000. 3,000.
I'm done. I'm done. For $4,000, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
But
And
we need that. We need Jerry Caderet to somehow force Levan to pull some way that he's gonna have to learn it. Hopefully Levan's not already went over it and understands it. And Levan has to feel threatened enough to change it up. And we may not get there, but if we do, it's gonna be exciting, boy. And also too, we're hoping that, not hoping, but when you're an American, you don't want to believe in the jet lag of going to Turkey. This match here, you hope jet lag is a factor. We want Levan. When is Levan getting into the U.S.?
probably Monday.
Oh, that's early. So he coming
Yeah.
in. Atlantic City's pretty shitty time of year to go to Atlantic City. So ain't gonna be nothing great there. Maybe he'll have a little jet lag problems. Jerry just gets to drive down on Thursday, or will he fly? He might fly. But
I don't
Atlantic
think
City's
he's
not that
flying.
easy
But
to get into.
what he told me, he had to go to New York for something. And then while he was in New York, I think from there, I think he's gonna rent a car or something. I don't
Yeah,
remember
easy
exactly.
work. 90
Yeah.
minutes to 2 hours. Easy work. So
Benji
hopefully
says,
what I'm saying is and I was trying to get to before we got off on the Alex thing. If you're of the train of thought that Alex was awesome on his way into the top 3 and was going to get a title shot eventually, right-handed and left-handed, which he already showed left-handed, he's right there. So let's say Alex is awesome, Jerry crushes him. So now Jerry is at a point where he's maybe as strong as he's ever been. And then Jerry stacks and works and works and works and works. Levan makes a slight, not a mistake, but just does not prepare for an absolute war. If all that comes together and somehow Jerry gets that belt, again,
There would be. I said I made a poll about would it be the biggest upset in the history of arm wrestling, and then Jerry said that why upset? I said, Jerry, like on public eyes, you are heavily underdog. Not only you, almost everyone is heavily underdog against this guy. And then if you beat him, then it would be, yeah. Let me put the charger. Yeah. What did you think about Kanai match? Were you surprised? I was just shocked.
So which match?
Kanai versus Todd.
Oh, yeah, that was good, though. I mean, I don't know if I was as shocked. I was just thankful. I was thankful that I have a perception and an eye for something that I don't think most people didn't understand that match. The new people, and I wouldn't even say the new people, just the uninformed people. So for me, it was just a bright spot of, oh, thank God I do have a little bit to offer this community when it comes to, hey, don't be so quick to judge. The dude does have something, and it's going to be interesting to see who can Yoshi beat. I don't know if he's interested in climbing the ladder, but it's going to be guys like, there was a lot of guys that were thinking,
can I ask you something? Can I tell you something?
But they can't beat him.
Anyone who doesn't dominate him, anyone that Kanai puts him in the position that he put Todd Hutchings, the guy is gonna lose against Kanai. You understand? If somehow he stops him and the guy doesn't have the full cupping or something, they just end up like this. He's not beating. Yeah, unless he has incredible. Listen, Todd Hutchings had to do a little bit shoulder pressure. I never seen him.
And you can't find anyone that's as happy as Todd is there. Todd's the worst guy for Yoshi to put there and think it's extremely compromised. Everybody else is compromised if they get in that position. It's going to be interesting to see. But you said Yoshi he wanted Devon, right? And he couldn't get Devon, so he chose Todd. I wonder if he's ready to work himself up.
My friend, this guy I have seen as a really heavyweight guy. Here he was 96 kilo, and Todd Hutchings was like 98 kilo. So this could easily be 95 kilo category match. And then I didn't know that they were that light. So we made it 105 kilo match. But they both could easily make 95 kilo. And Kanai at 95 kilo. I would like to see him against some of those guys. I don't want to mention their name, but once he stops them, he's gonna murder them.
Yeah, we need to see Kanai and Samushia at a catch weight right there.
Ooh, not catch weight, 95 kilo category. Incredible idea. Incredible. Yeah. Benji says that Enigma and Da Bears, legendary.
The Bears. Yeah, we're struggling right now.
Pro says Engin, John versus Yoshi, make it happen. Listen, I offer already. Like John also wanted to pull Yoshi, but Yoshi said he needs to take a little break, but he's gonna come back after the match. I went to Kanai. I said, "You are incredible. Like you have been away for many years. You just came, and then you did this to Todd, who is destroying everyone." And he said that was the final match. I'm not pulling anyone. I said, no. You cannot go away. You can't go. I'm not gonna leave you. He kind of was happy, And
he needs to know how many fans he picked up too, man. Because Listen, no one can beat Todd. You can't have any problems. If you beat Todd Hutchings, you are established, ready to make your mark on the arm wrestling world.
And
Like,
imagine,
can't
he
beat.
he came in the first match. He gave hell to
Yeah,
Todd. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I'm very very happy, Travis. I'm very happy that we created this league all together, and then we finally united all the top guys, and then we put the spotlight, and now all the arm wrestling fans, all the community can see who these guys are.
yeah,
But like, it is very very hard for me to say. Like, it is like, I sometimes think that like arm wrestling is like Jurassic Park level, as Neil says. But from other side, I say like this guy Yoshi is not at his heaviest, 96 kilo. I have seen him even like a super heavyweight guy,
yeah.
and he is now 96 kilo, many years away, and then he comes and gives hell to Todd, who beat Irakli, who beat Prudnik, who beat Krasimir, who beat many guys. So then I'm confused, like are we really much ahead? Like Devon, almost 50 years old, Jerry, 51 years old, Michael, 51 years old, Todd, 57 years old. Like, when you and John went to Japan, you guys beat Kanai and his brother or his friend.
I think it was his brother. I mean, he said
Yeah,
it was.
but you both beat them, right? You both beat them, and like, and then there was the heavier and, like, how to say, prime, about prime time Kanai, and now he just comes much lighter and then gives hell to Todd, who beats the other guy. So I don't know where are we. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a
What's
good.
your opinion?
That just opens it up for debate. There's no doubt about it because that just
Yeah,
gives you power, and it gives you some evidence. But I think that also Yoshi Yoshi had big admirations. Like, I don't know if Yoshi ever arm wrestled guys that were his weight. It just seemed like he was always, except for John, but he was arm wrestling John when John was the greatest. So Yoshi is a rare human being when it comes to a light guy who has the connection, the arm wrestling connection, to force people to pull the way that he wants.
hmm
And it was I could see it, like Todd was okay with what he felt, but he was also confused as to how comfortable Yoshi seemed. And I thought Yoshi seemed amazingly comfortable with the connection and how they started. So, Yoshi may be a bad example of just being a straight ninja, just a dude that is a rare human being. So, but he definitely gives a good argument for the old dudes that there is a chance for you to come back and do something special.
hmm hmm yeah. Did you know that Reno got injured, after that match?
Yeah, yeah. I think that doesn't surprise me. Very rarely are two people coming straight forward with each other. Something's got to give anyway. So,
It was a
um,
very good match. Very good
yeah,
match.
yeah. I thought that Saigoff was the guy. I didn't think it was going to be close, and I thought by just the way it started, it wasn't going to be close. And then, yeah, Reno's going to be a problem for the next decade.
I can't believe that with such a small hand, he is that effective. He's crazy effective. Like, his hand. You
His
ever shook?
entire,
You ever
his
shook his hand?
entire, yes, his entire silhouette is just lying to you. Like, he does not seem like he is that guy, but he is special. And he's only going to harden and scab over and become even way better. And maybe, as time goes on, he'll get a little more efficient too. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
yeah,
will be
he's
more and
definitely.
more experienced. The only thing that when I talk with him, I give him an advice. I said, Reno, of course you're gonna make your own decision, but please do not pull before you totally heal yourself, because it will become chronic, and then you won't be as effective in that area. So
Yeah.
just make sure that you are totally healthy. You come back, take your time, be patient, and then come back. Otherwise,
How much
like,
time does he have before his belt gets up for sale?
oh no, normally a year, but I think that since he's seriously injured, then I think we can do, what do you call that? That something title, like
Interim, little
yeah,
interim.
interim title. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we should do something like this, and then whenever he comes back, he directly pulls for the title. Of course, it's up to him, but just yeah,
Who's
like
the third guy? Is it Medashenkov in their category,
right now,
right-handed as
right
well?
now, Matushenko is also something with the shoulder, but we will see. Like we will see. I think there is one thing that Gennady asked me. Gennady said that he wants to pull interim world title match against Devon.
At that
100,
weight class.
115 kilo. Yeah, he said that he would.
That's a good
But
class for him, probably.
yeah, but I will tell you something. I think like Gennady is still making comeback for super heavyweight. I think he will because he has been away for 1.5 year exactly, 1.5 years. Still he pulled very good. Still pull very
Very
good.
good, very
Yeah,
good. And
yeah,
he wasn't as good as he was before. So he can get better than he was with Michael, and it was so close. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
The match
Yeah.
was very close. You're
You
right.
know what Gennady needs? Gennady needs that belt to change hands as well.
What do you mean?
Gennady needs to just stay strong, stay heavy, stay relevant, and wait for
Yeah, yeah,
one of
yeah.
those guys to take Levan's hand or for Levan to run out of cardio. And then, because
Yeah.
Gennady would love to pull.
Listen. When
Yeah,
Gennady and Devon pull, Gennady was probably at least 20 kilo heavier. So if they both make the category 115, I don't think that there is big chance for.
yeah, I just think that Gennady's looking at how can he get with that belt? How can he grab the belt? And that's
Hmm.
how to do it is to he's got a better chance than fucking with Levan, especially in the same country. And I mean, can't even make that. I mean, when
I
do
mean,
you make that
listen.
match?
Gennady asked my opinion, and I said like, however you wish, and then like we will see. But I can't decide it by myself. Devon also like needs to like the match as well. You understand?
Yeah.
And I don't know, but
Well, I mean,
yeah,
Devin's got to love the revenge and the fact that I
I
mean,
think
how
I
good?
think this
I
is
mean,
this is like
how good did
Devon
Devin
Devon
look?
Devon to pull Gennady at 115 is much better for Devon than pulling him when he is 145, 150 kilo near.
I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
and how good did Devin look? I mean, Devin looks crazy if you expect him to have a problem losing weight. There ain't no
yeah.
listen. I thought there would be a problem. I think I was on this show and said that Devin's 50-50 if he has to lose weight in any of those categories. Man, that was false. That was false statement. You can't even let him go back down to that 105. Never again.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
is like
Uh,
that's like
one,
relinquishing the
one of five
wolves.
category. 105 category was one of the most exciting. Maybe even was the most exciting until Devon beat Oleg. Yeah,
Nah, yeah, he's done with that. he's
yeah.
so he's the daddy of that division. So now, and I listen, I'd say it's pretty much the same thing for that 115 division. I mean, what we need to, and listen, here's the real psycho thing. You got to be careful backing him in a left hand corner because don't think, hey, the 105 category, he'll win the left handed shit tomorrow.
You mean Alijan? He will beat Alijan
He'll beat
tomorrow?
Alajon at 105, and he'll probably beat him at. I don't know if he can beat him at 115. That'll be the closer match. But
What do you mean? Why Devon beating Alijan at 105 is easier
I
than
think that
115?
Alajon looks big to me, and I
No,
think
he was
Alajon.
100, 105 kilo. He was.
That's what he pulled just the other day.
Yes.
Oh man, he looks so much bigger than that, man. Well,
No.
listen, I'm just telling you, be careful. Like I know that Devin loves to sit back there and act like he's not left-handed. Da da da. Man, listen, You saw him with Morozov. He ain't far away from none of them dudes, man. Especially over 4 rounds, with the way he handles himself at the table, Ingen. The dude is a psycho maniac beast, and he is not listening to anybody. Like, he is flirting right on the edge of the cliff.
Do you think who is the strongest left arm right now? Latin, do you believe?
Yes. Yeah, and I don't think it's that close unless Alajon can beat him too. Alajon's second.
So you are saying that Devon beats Alijan and Alijan is second to Vitali. Like, what are you
I'm
talking
just
about?
telling you that I did not like what I saw when it comes to how determined and selfish that Devon presented
Okay, who
himself
is
at
number
that.
2? I don't understand. Who is number 2? Alijan or
I mean, probably Levan, if we really want to get into it. But then after that,
Levan is injured. Levan cannot pull anymore.
right.
And who
So
is the
Alex, it's either Alex, and then I mean, if before Alajon just pulled, we would have had Matyshenko there. Like, my goodness, why? How could you not? So
okay?
Alajon is definitely.
Matushenko pulling who? I don't understand. You are confusing
I'm
me. So
saying.
you
So we
are
know
saying that
now
Devon can
the
beat
champ is Artem.
Alijan. Devon can beat Alijan, who beat Matushenko, but Devon may have a problem with Alijan because of his hooking ability, or
I'm just saying, Devon, the champ is Artem, right? That's the clear champ right now. He's got the thing. He's the champ. I don't think that he's the favorite against Vitali, personally. I think Vitali's going to
another thing I want to ask you. Another thing. What is your right arm ranking for the super heavyweight? Like just say that, but just imagine that Devon is also super heavyweight.
What is the
like top 10 ranking, like in your opinion? Just think about
so it goes
Hermes, Vitali, Jerry, Devon,
So I'm
and then
saying,
think about Gennady, just 100%, Michael, and then
everybody,
is there
I got my list. It's Devon, Vitali, or I'm sorry,
I'm talking about
Levan,
right arm. Okay.
Levan, Vitali, Devon, and then, I mean, put whoever you want to in fourth place. Jerry, well, no, I guess Hermes is 4, and then it gets murky at 5.
Like Michael,
5
Todd, Jerry, and
listen, I understand that Vitali could easily be 4 and Hermes could be 2. You could have Devon at 2 and Hermes at 3. Vitali at 4, no problem.
If 3 months later Hermes was pulling Vitali, where would you put your money? 3 months later, just
I'm putting Vitali. I'm putting my money on Vitali, regardless of the opponent.
Okay, another question. What is Vitali's chance against Levan?
51% in my brain. 51.
Who has 51?
Vitali. Yeah. I think that he's the guy. I think that he done got big enough. He understands it, and he is no longer going to have any sort of weaknesses. Now, I don't really.
Okay. You are just saying something interesting. You are saying. So you are saying that there is a human being on this earth that is slightly favored against Levan.
Yeah. You know what? That probably doesn't sound very good now that you explained it like that.
No. Everything sounds fine.
That is just. And listen,
Travis, you are one of the few people. Even you may be wrong, and we all can be wrong. There is nobody that knows everything perfectly, especially about something that hasn't happened yet. Like, did not happen yet. So what I'm just saying, if you are saying this, I take it seriously.
Vitali.
Like, you are one of those people. Neil is one of those people. Like, there are like handful people. Yanis Samolins is one of those people. Krasimir Kostadinov is just just say not even 10 people for sure. And then you are saying that Vitali has more chance against. But whenever I asked you, like, Vitali never talks about like Levan. I at least I didn't see, but I kind of a little bit provoke him as a promoter. I said, like, What do you think? Do you have any hopes, dreams, plans, to beat Levan? And then his answer was, he said, I live for that day.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think
So
it
I
shows.
like
I
that.
think that
I like the mindset. I like mindset.
and
And then,
and even do you feel that he's more confident when you're around him now? When I'm around him now, I feel like literally he would just be in the corner and I would not hear anything. Now I can see him just
yeah, yeah,
engaging
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
being way more like
Yes,
he's more
yes, yes.
comfortable. He's more
But
comfortable.
it is the atmosphere that we created in Istanbul, my friend. It is just like everything we do. It is like you don't feel negative energy. The
And
only
he's
negative thing,
bigger. And he's bigger.
only negative feeling, energy you feel there is from Devon, and Devon is doing that. No, 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 no. It's not like criticizing. It is because that is he intentionally does it. That is what that is what he does best.
Yeah.
You understand? I don't think it is because I mean, so he I think intentionally does that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, listen, if it's working,
Yeah,
then great.
I think that's exact. I sometimes think he goes a little bit like too much, but I realize that I mean he does that. But about Vitali,
Do
yeah,
you think Vitali's bigger too? To me, he always looks bigger. Always.
bigger and bigger and little bit bigger and little bit bigger. I look at him from backside, used to be like this, and now the legs are going.
Yeah.
Not, maybe not that much, but seriously, if people sees him in like, listen, whenever he is alone, from the picture, it's hard to understand. But if you see in real, he's big. He is
Yeah.
tall, big. If he was not 204 or something, if he was like 185 guy, he would be really huge. And his arms are so tall, it doesn't show the size, but he's getting bigger there too.
No doubt. Yeah, he is. He's going to be the champ one day. I think he's the only guy that can be the left and the right-handed champ. Unless, I guess, Levan heals up. And I mean, how could Levan's, what's wrong with his left arm? It hurts in
Oh,
training?
he used to have some wrist problem. He said that it's okay now, but he says that now something is wrong shoulder. After one match, I think he has some, my opinion, but we need to do like a real deep checkup, whatever it is. I'm sure he did it, but I don't know the result. But maybe something like nerve or something that he says that after one round, or maybe he's just like resting and then trying to arm wrestle. Maybe he should start doing a lot of this exercise, and maybe with very light guys like 60 kilo, 65 kilo guys. You understand? Because I
Yeah.
believe that he gets rested and then he pulls with all those strong guys, and then I mean you are as strong as your weakest link on the chain. If this is
Yeah.
the area, then you will have the most pressure there. Yeah. Do you, listen? Would you wish me to come back?
Yeah, of
No.
course. Yeah, I'd like to.
Well,
Listen, I wouldn't mind seeing you get your ass whipped too. Whatever.
yeah, you wouldn't
Uh,
want me to win. You wouldn't want
I'm
me to
just
win.
saying, I'm okay if you win, but if you lose, I'm okay with that too. So yeah,
But
come
which
on
one
back.
more okay?
Yeah.
Losing, right? Losing.
Every time I see an old guy come back and lose, I'm like, all right, that's good. That means I'm
That's
not the
good.
only one.
Okay, okay, okay. Then you are my motivation. Every
Yeah,
time I win, I will just turn and look at you.
yeah.
And
Arthur
then,
looked strong though the other day. Arthur looked
who?
strong.
Arthur Makarov?
Yes.
Yeah.
He looked good. He looked, but
I thought
the guy he was arm
I thought
wrestling
that
is a freak.
I thought that the other guy Ömer, the Turkish guy, I thought he would beat him, but somehow he just hooked him. I will tell you something.
He
Like
kept that hand in tight.
like I pull Arthur, like I pull Arthur, like total of many times. I'm talking about especially the fresh rounds to taking his wrist for me was just like trust me, like I mean so easy, like so easy. The problem happened that whenever he pulled his elbow, the first time we pulled, but the second time we pulled, when I tore my bicep, trust me, like two rounds that I beat him, total was 9 seconds. The same year when Alan Zolea beat him at the WAF, like their total like active time in the matches was over 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 10 seconds or something. But like, trust me, if I didn't have the bicep tear, like 3-0, after 3-0, I was just gonna go inside. Of course, I wasn't gonna stay there, but still like do. But the bicep tear just killed me because in the same event, I was organizing East vs. West 1, the first event. It was so hard to pick people from airport, bring here,
Of
hotel,
course.
and everything, and the same time full. But still, I was beating him. Like, trust me, he knows it. That would be 5-0, trust me. But just what I'm just saying, taking his risk right now, of course, I can't do anything. But like, if I'm ready, like, I would like to see him trying to hook me again. Just I don't think so. But I was thinking more like the 85 kilo. But then after I see Samushia, even you take his listen, you take his listen. I would just, can I ask you something?
How
Would
about
you
how big
bet
he gets? How about how big he gets
who
between the loss and then him pushing you down in the war? Round 2 to round 3. This
who
guy,
who
Shamushia,
me
is
and Samushia?
Samusha and anybody. After he loses the first round and then figures out how to whatever combat
Listen,
it,
Travis.
the
If I
dude
ever,
gets 10
if I
kilograms bigger. 10 kilograms bigger.
Travis, if I pull Samusha, there will not be anything for him to figure out. I will do everything necessary. He won't, but still, mm, I may not be strong enough. But I guarantee you one thing: I would bet my whole life with you that we pull fresh match his wrist right away, right away. Like, but pinning him, no, pinning him.
You
Listen,
forget about it, man. You can't fuck with the champ. Are you
no. I'm not
crazy?
saying I'm not saying I'm gonna beat him. Listen, are you not listening? Listen, this is the part that you're gonna listen, not the one that you're sitting on it. Anyway,
Nah, you're
so
talking
what
bullshit.
I'm just saying, taking his wrist, no problem. Pinning him like Sasha Toproll him, he
Man,
couldn't.
come on, man. He gave Sasha his wrist instead and then pushed him. Man,
No,
that's the champ, man. I saw a picture. Did you see the picture of the
yeah,
guy on the tip of the mountain in Samushia's Facebook post?
no.
He out
Like,
there by himself.
what I'm
Out
just
there
saying
by
that,
himself.
like, from my side, listen. Do you know what you need to do? But with this elbow condition, I cannot do. After you take his wrist and you bring him here, if you can keep him here and then come back and press, then you have good chance of beating. But I can't, especially with this elbow, I can't. And looks like Sasha didn't know how to do. Looks like Aydarhan couldn't do it either. And
Close.
but for sure,
Close.
yeah. But you need to, like, if Samusha is like this, like taking his wrist is no good. You need to turn here, yeah. But make sure that when you turn here, he cannot do this either. So you need to control here and here at the same time, and don't overpronate. You need to go.
What's next for Samushia? Is he Khan? Is that the
I mean, yeah, Aidar Khan. I want Aidar Khan, but just like there are like some things that like I can't explain here, but just that's for sure the match that it needs to happen. And if Samusha wins again, it will be 11 times. 11 times. And then if he wins 12 times, he's having 4 permanent belts. That I don't think that, maybe Levan, but in long term, because he pulls only twice a year. And he only won one title match at the East versus West. And then now the Jerry match is the second. It's king of the table, but still it's the title match. So he needs to win like many. And then like this, it will take 5 years, if he pulls
yeah.
2 times a year. Yeah.
Plus, I mean, once Samushia feels threatened and he like really just works on like right now, he's just sitting there, you letting anybody come. If there becomes a champ and then you decide how that affects him, he's liable to win it right back quickly.
Do you think that there is like maybe Aidarhan is the guy?
Well, definitely it's gonna be close. I mean, that guy's awesome too, man. That guy's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, it's just so you have to be just somehow you got to get credit for those great rounds. And there were great rounds for different athletes. that don't end in pins. They end in fouls or restarts. And you like, if you just count the amount of times that Aderkhan had great starts but didn't get the win for whatever reason, because that's the way arm wrestling works.
It was very close match. 4-3. Yeah. It was incredible. Like
the same with Dimitrina. I mean, Dimitrina is so strong and so awesome that you're able to beat a person that is doing more awesome stuff than you that day. Like, and you can somehow, like, she was
I
that
was very
Asian
surprised.
girl. Yeah, that girl.
Carolina took her wrist, and then she was just still. She did everything and won, and then after that, she didn't lose the wrist again.
Yeah.
And do you realize that she goes like this? She can't really hook, and then she rolls and opens Carolina's arm, and then beats her. Like she's, I mean,
that's what Jerry needs. Jerry needs for Levan to do what Carolyn did and get off balance in your approach to the pin, so that then it becomes this weird strength thing where you
listen. Jerry is not gonna do. Listen, Jerry can do this level of things in his way. Anything he does different, I don't think he will be that level. You understand? Like not now, not after he's 50.
He definitely needs to be quick. He needs to get in there, man. If he gets in there, man, come on, man. Man, this place is going to go crazy. That fucking place is going to go crazy if Jerry ties up Levan any way, form, or fashion. It's going to be just, I mean, are you going to be there?
No. I'm going to Italy on the same days. I will be watching together with Hermes, and Levan doesn't. Levan says that the referee shouldn't be either from Georgia and USA. And you saw that, and Jerry said that like.
You gotta have an American. I'm cool with there being American.
Yeah. This is what he said. He acted like he didn't understand what Levan was.
Wouldn't be fair.
Yeah.
That was good shit. That was good.
Yeah. It's
what
good.
About what about Brian Shaw? What do you think about Brian Shaw and your boy?
I don't know. Like, listen, I have seen their practice pulls. Like Eddie seemed like he didn't know what he was doing. Practice pulls. I'm talking about before this match was set. I'm talking about Brian and Eddie. It's not funny, you know. Eddie at that time really didn't know, and Brian looked more like what he's doing with. Listen, you asked me a question.
I told Neil the same thing.
Listen, and then Brian knew like more like copying and everything. And today or something yesterday, I saw some like unofficial training super match, and he seemed like he has that energy. Brian has that competition energy, and of course he's still not experienced, and he's very dedicated. But from other side, Eddie like is trained by Neil, and I'm sure that Neil prepared the game plan. I'm not saying it will work, but I'm 100% sure that Eddie is coming there like as good as possible.
Do you think that? I mean, I'm scared one of them gets hurt. You're not scared of that?
I mean, I don't see like I don't see why they get hurt. I don't know. I don't see.
I hope not.
Neil, like I don't know. In a Neil, I saw the Brian is Toproll. I mean, I like Brian's better than Eddie's. Sorry. Which one do you? Listen? Which one do you find more technical?
I think both of them have some very awkward movements. Like I saw Brian playing with this machine, and I was totally devastated. And you know, when watching Eddie, I mean, Eddie seems like he's doing exactly the exact wrong thing that you would do. But that's just because I'm also terrified I personally cannot watch two people arm wrestle that aren't going for your belt. If these guys aren't trained assassins, just crazy ready, I'm scared that one of them's going to hurt their arm. So I just hope that they have scripted this thing out correctly and one of them doesn't hurt themselves.
What do you mean scripted? It's a real match.
I know, but I hope that they told you it was a real match, but them two got together and was like, listen, don't make this a problem. So hopefully Eddie's getting paid to just take this ass whipping, so there is no.
No, don't you see how Neil is just so like Neil like I don't know, he's very serious. I don't know why
That's his guy.
there's
That's his guy. That's Neil's guy. Send Neil.
there's his guy, but they're like,
Send Neil.
listen,
Send him a
he's
clip.
behind it. He may look bad after that.
Send Neil the link so he can get on here so we can laugh.
No,
at
this YouTube is just only for two people.
Oh, okay.
This not the Zoom chat. Yeah,
I know. Listen, I'm not gonna say Eddie stole my trademark, the Beast. So I'm already I gotta have words with Eddie anyway when I see him. The last thing I want is for Neil to have to get in the middle of that. So I know that's his buddy.
Just yeah, okay. And what do you think about Barbara versus Gabriella?
I think this is all depends on how dedicated Gabriella was before she lost to Bora. If she was in cruise control and did not take the match as serious as she should have, then she knows that she can work hard enough to beat her. If she was as good as she could get that day, I believe that Bora is getting stronger every 4 days of her life, and that she's gonna, if she hasn't already separated herself from everybody, which she is the champ, that's pretty good separation.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chance for her to separate at even a larger scale than Levan. I mean, she could be very impressive. I am hoping that she is slower in her development than I assume she is, and that Gabriella was kind of on cruise control a little bit and maybe has rededicated herself. But there's got to be something internal that Gabby has to do to climb this mountain. The hand and wrist positioning from the start, it just seemed like bars up here and she has to come down. The hand seems awesome. And even the way she was able to compromise Gabby's hand, even when Gabby won the first match, to me shows that throughout this 4 rounds, there's a connection, and Bar's just got some tools that are just big.
Yeah.
Big. So
Neil says that Eddie is learning slow, and he gives only the God-given structure to Brian. He doesn't probably think that Brian is learning fast, but we will see. Anyway, so let's go to
what? Brian did spend some time with Devon and them, and I've been around people and watched Devon train them and interact with them, and Devon likes to give them a lot of information. So there's a chance maybe he's overloaded Brian with some input, and Brian really can't put it together. I do believe Neil probably is a better amateur coach, meaning he'll give you some concise and clear direction and somewhat of a game plan. So from a coaching standpoint, I mean, I'm okay, but I just think that, it looks like, I don't know, Eddie doesn't look as long. It doesn't, it looks like there could be a leverage problem there in the setup.
Yeah, this is what I believe. This is what I believe. I don't know. We will see. And Sanders versus Rustam Babaev.
Yeah, I like Sanders in this match. I mean, I don't love him, but I like him. I think that if he commits to that defensive hook that he will cause at some point, round 2 or round 3, for Rustam to not be able to pin him anymore, and then Sanders to win. So I think it'll be 4-1. I think that he'll be very surprised at how strong and how confident Rustam's angle is the first round.
So 4-1 is Sanders winning?
4-1, Sandra's winning. 4-2 would be my second pick, and
Okay,
then
okay.
4-3 would be
Let's go to the
4-3 or any sort of a win by Rustam would be amazing.
yeah. Let's go to the next one. Paulin versus Krasimir Kostadinov.
Another really good match. I feel like this is all up to, how much heart does Paul Lynn have. I think that he'll be really into the match one and match two. My fear is that he's going to pull him dead in a hook all 6 rounds, and that Casimir will end up being more comfortable and that he will win 4-2. But once again, every red-blooded American is cheering their ass off for their guy. And Paul Lynn is definitely a great add to the card, especially from the geographical area. There will be thousands of fans there rooting for Paul Lynn.
Okay. And let's go to another one.
You've spoiled us so much, that Lars match and the Corey West match and the Palco match. As awesome as those matches are normally, you've done set the bar so high that if there's not a world title on the line, or at least the number one contender on the line.
No, it's just great. Listen, this is how you are building the rankings.
No doubt.
You understand? It is just like you can't you can't have those title matches without cooking bottom. You understand? And then you bring you can't always put ranking matches, my friend. There are
I'm
other
just
people
telling you,
too.
if you serve me filet mignon every
Listen,
day, and then all of a sudden you bring
this
back
card.
that turkey sandwich. I'm not saying I hate turkey sandwiches. I'm
Listen,
just like,
this card. But listen. Just remember this: we have visa problem for some of the athletes: Georgians, Kazakhs, Russians. It will get better. They are hopefully getting their visas. But this card that is happening in Atlantic City is probably a little bit better than the Orlando event. No? Like Levan Saginashvili. Levan Saginashvili.
Listen, the Orlando event, you were not there, Ingen.
No. I'm not talking about atmosphere. I'm talking about the card, the matches I'm talking about. When
I'm
you say,
telling you that whatever happened in Orlando was weird.
Listen. I'm not talking about the atmosphere. You are saying, because I wasn't there, I don't know which matches happened there. Listen, I'm the one who said those matches.
Like even John Brzenk and Johnny Walker and that whole thing
Oh,
that was there.
that's different. Johnny Walker, of course, it's different. Listen, that was historical, yeah, for sure. But just remember, Levan Saginashvili is coming to Atlantic City.
Yeah.
You were talking about title matches. Right now, we have the number one overall guys match and number one overall woman match.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So
and
we
you
have
got
the King and
Brian
Queen.
Shaw and your boy. And
Yeah. So
and Eddie.
King and Queen match there. You know, the there is nobody. I mean, stronger than Levan so far, and there is nobody stronger than Barbora, close Gabriela. You know, second. So this event, it will be incredible, and this is right now at the near Northeast area, right? New Jersey, right? Atlantic City, and I think that is very heavily arm wrestling populated area, like arm
Very
wrestlers and
populated. Very
yeah,
populated.
yeah. So what I'm just saying that, listen, we sold out all the tickets 8 days before the Orlando event, and
How many
now
tickets do you have for sale for this one?
for this one, it's not I'm not doing this. It's King of the Table.
I'm saying, are they in a ballroom that fits 200 or 2,000 or?
Oh, do you mean how big it is? I think room is good enough, big enough to have about 1,500.
1,500. Okay.
Yeah, 1,500. Yeah. So,
That's awesome, man. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Do you think it will be around that much?
Oh yeah, I think you're gonna. Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it'll be a situation where people will wait because that's what
I
arm
think there
wrestlers
are
do,
there
and
are
they
there
won't be
are
able to
there
get in.
are there are I think three types of tickets as far as I know, and I heard that two types of the tickets are 75% sold out already.
Yeah.
So and yeah, I think it will be great. So we will see. We have some more plans. Like we want to go there and then Texas and then maybe Chicago and then just say Vegas and then go to Switzerland and maybe Georgia, maybe some country in like we will be rotating
Yeah.
so that when their time comes, they will be happy that once in a year it will be in that and they will not miss it. We really need to make arm wrestling very popular. I will tell you something. Like I'm
Crazy.
kind of tired, Travis. I'm kind of tired. Listen, last 3 years I'm very exhausted. Very exhausted. But I had to do it. I had to do it, and once it comes to that level, and then I will just say, take it easy, and I will just go outside. And then
You ain't going nowhere.
I will. I will. I need to go. I need to go. I'm like 2 more years like this maximum, and then listen. I will still support, but I won't be this active. I would
Hey,
really.
how did Dennis Saplenkov? How did he feel about the event? Was he pissed about the way Devon acted at the press conference, or no problem?
I don't know. I don't know. They just bought Messi. He gave him the plastic hammer, and then he. I don't know. They both just fired each other, and yeah. Anyway, so
Any chances of Dennis arm wrestling anymore, or no good?
I think he will. I think he will. But I think it's better for him. I think it's better these guys, Brian and other guys, to get stronger, and then maybe Dennis pulls those kind of matches.
Yeah, introduces them to the world. I like
like
it.
because because like
What about
I
the
don't know.
big
I'm
Russian?
not
What
sure if
about the big Russian guy that was there? Is he good?
Kirill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kirill is also very strong. Yeah, we need to like this is interesting that those guys like universally known as the strongest guys in the world, they are interested in arm wrestling. It is a big honor for us, big honor. Like it just shows that we are taken seriously.
And they're
And
the right guys too. I feel like they got the right personalities too to make it happen.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Anyways, thank you very much, Travis. Oh, there
you the
is there was
man,
one super chat. Okay, 1 second. Logan
Jerry
Misia.
Cataret. Let's fucking go.
Travis, he says that Travis, in your prime, like
I'm
you
killing
think that you
everybody.
you,
I'm
you
killing
put
everybody.
everybody in left arm. Yeah.
Killing them. I was just killing them right-handed too. I was killing them right-handed too. Don't forget.
In your prime, I'm not sure if like I think John was better.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, the greatest fucking human being that ever lived was a little bit better than me. Okay. Yeah,
Listen.
I'll be able to sleep with that. No problem. No problem.
Yeah. And then there is another one. Uh, 1 second. Okay, he was asking, Peter Anchor is asking, what is your favorite uh, outside top roll training?
What is the favorite? The best thing that you can do is hook your fist up to a bunch of apparatuses and then learn that when the referee sets your hand, you don't have to let him wrap your hand around. You can just keep crinkling your fingers up, and then that fist, if you hook enough stuff up to it, you'll feel comfortable. So that's to me that is the ultimate prize is when you can be comfortable within the connection regardless of where your finger placement is. So that's where I think my life changed. So not that easy to decipher, but just think about it. Instead of grabbing stuff, right, just make a fist and hook the stuff up to your fist and do all those arm wrestling motions, and before long you'll quit relying on having such a good connection in your head that'll stop you from hitting. So I don't know.
One more question before we finish. Like you said that greatest arm wrestler ever lived, John Brzenk. Like this guy, I remember I competed many of those Tahoe tournaments, like he was 90 kilo and pulling 90, 110 and over, it was like 198, 242 and over, he was competing, winning all of them. So this guy was basically 90 kilo, 95 kilo, 100 kilo. So between 200 to 220, around there, this guy was 200 to 220. And this guy was killing the super heavyweights. Like imagine someone below 100 kilo today. Just say that Levan is super exception. You understand? Super exception. And just imagine someone below 100 kilo, 220, and killing the super heavyweights today. Just like who is that guy? I mean,
Alajon. That's it, right there.
yeah. I mean, with left.
I'm just saying that's the deal. Like, imagine Alajon continuing what he is doing right now for the next 31 years, and there it is, the greatest of fucking all time, and doing it right-handed, which is, I mean, yeah. Listen, there are people that grew up in a certain amount of time, and those people will never tell you that Michael Jordan is not the greatest basketball player that ever lived. No one cares about LeBron James's stats because they know what that person made them feel like. John Brzenk made me feel for
Yeah,
20
yeah,
years
yeah.
like he's the greatest. So that's all. And I mean, you can add it all up, and I don't know why I feel the way I feel, but I
I
have
mean,
a
I mean,
feeling.
listen. Do you know why you feel that way? Because this 95 kilo guy, he was going that stage and pulling the super heavyweights and killing them.
Yeah.
And every
And he was
time
doing
he,
it
and,
every
and,
weekend.
and
Every
every time he goes to that stage, all the heads were turning to that stage. Like he was like an alien. Like he is one of the person that I kind of think that may not be real human being.
Yeah, and then when the rest of human beings, if you give them enough time, they act a certain way or say a certain thing or demonstrate some sort of flaw in their character or whatever they are. And then you hang around this guy and you're like, yeah, he's the guy. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. And he and I, we were the only two people that your magician tried to take the energy from us.
That's great. You feel good about that. Just remember,
No,
he
no,
would
no.
have tried to
I
take it
listen.
from
I
me
don't even know.
too,
I don't
but
even
I
know
was
if it.
getting the energy.
I don't even know if it was true or not.
You know damn well it was true.
It was
You
true, right?
you're one of the few people that know 100% that it was true. I, because of the evidence of you, is why I necessarily believe it, and the fact that,
But do
like,
you realize how I went from the qualifications to the
come
finals? Like,
on, man, do I realize it? Do I realize it? I am like, when he told me, he's like, yeah, I took it from him. I'm like, what? I was just trying to figure out what the fuck happened to him. That's what I
yeah,
was.
I was like, I was just like this, to like this, and then in
Now,
the finals, like four times, like.
what would have been what would have been bad is if I'd have been like, take it from him, but I didn't do that. He told me who he took it from afterwards.
But listen,
I
I
mean,
will tell you
listen.
something. A lot
Do
of
you
people really.
remember? Like, I lost to Eric Warfel early in that tournament, and then I
Yes,
beat him
yes.
so easy in the
Yeah,
finals.
yeah, yeah. Yes, you did. You did. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So easy.
Yeah.
Like,
And John actually lost against Hutchings.
and
I
almost
mean,
lost against, and he almost lost against Mike Solaris
yeah,
left-handed
yeah, left
because
arm. Yeah,
Mike got a
yeah,
bunch of energy. I
yeah.
mean, dude, I'm telling you, I've never. But me being strong was okay. Mike being strong was okay. When he said that he tried to get it from John, but it was too hard, but he took it from you. That's when I was like, this motherfucker is telling it really happened.
You know what
This
happened?
shit
You know
happened.
what happened? Only 1 month later, I went to Europeans, including Hajimrat, Zoller,
Kill
everyone.
everybody.
I beat right and left like nothing. Everyone. But in Vegas, do you realize that after the event, how many days did you stay there? A few days you stay there, 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah, we were
You
all
remember
together.
we were like hanging out together,
Of
and then I
course.
was almost like I was like, what happened to me? What happened? I
And
almost
I
all the time.
knew what happened. And I was like, I ain't saying shit. And I told Mike Solaris, don't ever repeat that, man. Don't ever repeat
Ben,
that.
you came to Istanbul so many times after that. I was so busy that I forgot about it. I should have done something to you while you're in Istanbul.
Well, no. I didn't do this to you. I did not do this to you. I am privy to the fact that it did happen to you. That's all. I didn't do it.
Listen, you swear on everything that's the true story, right?
1000% on my kid's life.
Oh, okay. Anyways,
Crazy.
anyways.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder if that guy's still alive, man. If he is, we got to get him. You got to meet that guy.
Just keep him away from me.
Nah, he didn't know. He didn't know nothing.
No. Tell him next time. Tell him if you bring him, just say.
No.
Oh,
We'll bring him when you get on your comeback, and then we'll take it from Arthur, give it to you.
okay, I will make sure that the match is not going to happen in North America.
That's good
Anyways,
shit.
Travis,
All right, I'll talk to you
thank you
soon.
very much. I love chatting with you, and
All right, be the man.
you take care of yourself.
All right, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you for joining us. It was just with Travis, always like fun. It's always fun with Neil. There are a few guys that I really love talking about arm wrestling, and probably these two are the top ones that I enjoy discussing about arm wrestling. While you are there, Neil, let's do a show with you two before the king of the table. Just tell me when you are available, and then just be where the tea. I already finished the tea before. See, um, before the program. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you, guys. Support King of the Table. You will love it. That atmosphere we love arm wrestling, and that is the best representation together with East versus West. And just join there and like just don't be like those guys that said after Orlando event, oh, how did I miss that? I wish I was there. So make sure you go to Atlantic City and experience this live. You guys from North America have been supporting our events for a few years already, and now we are bringing these events to you, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. Anyways, you all take care, and I thank you guys. And hope to meet you guys again with another guest. Hopefully, it would be Neil.